Hi everyone, today I'm going to show to you my new website. So you can go to idama.github.io to check out my new website. This website is built using Bootstrap with its grid system and is fully responsive. So if you change the screen size, let's say into a smaller size, so it automatically reflow the text and everything. See? So yeah. And this navbar is also built using Bootstrap navbar. It's just that I've customized it to look more personal. And this website is basically comprised of two different websites, my own personal website and my photography website. Let's go through my own personal website first. So we have three pages, basically home, other portfolio, and about me page. In my other portfolio, this is built using Bootstrap grid system, and as you can see, the division between image and the text are actually 4 to 8. So these images are located like 4 out of 12 spaces, and these texts are actually 8 out of 12 spaces available in Bootstrap's grid system. And this about me page is also actually built using grid system. It's just that it's a different division. So this might look simple because like all the actions are actually happening inside my photography blog. So let's check out the gallery page. So this gallery page are actually built using Bootstrap's grid system also, but then I apply a certain trick. So the trick is this whole thing is actually one row. It's just that different column sizes. So why do I do that? Because like I want this thing to reflow whenever I change the screen and change the number of items per row. So let's say my screen is very small, so it's actually only showing like 2 items per row in this case, and when I increase the size, there are more items per row. So what's the trick to do this? As I said before, the trick is using only just one row for everything, but then there are 3 rules applied to each image. For example, for this one image, right, the division is like column L large 3, and for medium screen is column MD4, and for small one is column X small 6. So what does this thing mean? This means that when the screen is huge, right, each picture only allocated 3 spaces out of 12 spaces, so it adds up to like 4 images per row. Whereas in small screens, it takes up 6 spaces. So basically in one row, right, there will be only 2 images. Next, let's check out the forms. So basically this is the form to request for a photography service, and this form is actually built using validation, and the validation message is actually built using Bootstrap's validation message validation classes. So for example, right, if you leave this space blank and move on to the next field, it will say that, oh, there's an error and the name that cannot be empty. So I need to put in my name here, and it will check the length, and oops, I clicked submit by mistake. Yeah, so if I key in the name correctly, then it will show a green validation color, and same goes for phone number. And for email address, this email address is actually validated, so you can't just enter anything like this, but then it's checked using regular expressions. So you need to follow a certain format to be valid. So let's say this is valid, but then this thing is not valid. Yeah. So the event date is built using same jQuery validation, but then I also use the HTML5 date field. So you can select the date using this drop down here, and it will automatically choose a date. And let's say you enter a date before the current date, so this thing will also complain saying that date must be later than the current date. Yeah. So for start time and end time, these two fields are actually tied together. So of course starting time cannot be later than end time. So let's say the start time is 5:00 p.m. then the end time is 7:23 p.m. Yep. Next, the event description cannot be empty. So yeah, you need to write at least 100 characters for description, and click submit, then request submitted. Yep. And next is the about AID photography. So this is also built using grid system. As you can see, the image is actually taking only like 3 out of 12 spaces, and this is 9. And this thing is actually a normal Bootstrap carousel. It's just that I customized it, so you can see that there's this black background behind the text so that the text can be read more clearly. Other than that, is a standard Bootstrap carousel. Yeah, so that's all about my new website. From here, I'm going to implement the back end, and hopefully this website will really become my personal website in the future. Thanks for watching.